Hi Libra, I'm Brenda, and I'm here again today to bring you your monthly angel and oracle reading for the month of April 2018. I want to thank you for your interest in my channel and for viewing, liking, and sharing these videos on YouTube. As you know, this is strictly a general reading, so if you want clarity, accuracy, and answers to any questions, I welcome you to go up there and invite you to press that button. And it will take you to my private website where you can see the services that I offer and how to schedule either a private reading with me or a Reiki session. We start the beginning of our first week. We have 3 cards, okay? The beginning of the week, the middle of the week, and the end of the week for all 4 weeks of the month of April. So Libra, you've been given a major card, and you have been given the Star, and this is for the beginning of the first week of April. And basically this is telling me that you need to believe in yourself more. Some of you are going through a situation right now in your life, and you have worked your way through it. It's only because of your own discipline and how you have realized that you're worthy of doing this. Okay, you're worthy of achieving this and worthy of having this and receiving this. It's all about happy times now. Things are improving. I see that some of you have had struggles up to this point with a situation in your life, but you've just been a beacon. And I see that some of you have been advocating and helping others out that have had difficult times. For some of you, I see it was you personally. For others, I see you were helping someone close to you out. So please know that now, either way, for both of you, whether it's you or you were helping someone else, this is going to be able to allow long-term plans to come into play. Okay, so this situation has evolved so well that there will be the resources, time, because of all the effort that you put into it. You need to know that you are on the right path, that you've had some big decisions and choices to make on your path, but you've made them right. They've been correct, and you've worked for this. So please, please realize that you need to feel good about this, okay? So it's happy times, my friend. You're going to be able to make long-term and optimistic and positive plans now, and pat yourself on the back, my friend. You're on the right path. In the middle of the first week, you've been given another major card. You have been given the High Priestess. You have 3 major cards in this month. And so the High Priestess is telling me that, you know what, if there's any information that you've worked hard on and that you have, that you need to own it, okay? And don't be leaking any of that wisdom out to anybody else. They need to work hard for it themselves. If someone's after you for, you know, a manual that you've made up or you've achieved on your own, you know, no. Okay, there's no cheating here. Don't be giving that away. But there may be some information that you need to hold back right now in a situation with others in your life, and it's best now that you don't let it out, okay? When the time's right on your path, you'll know when to let it out. So it's trusting your own instincts and your own intuition right now. And also sometimes you need to keep your own dreams and desires to yourself right now and learn from your own emotional situations with this, okay? Being patient is important, they're showing me, because everything's going to be revealed to you at the right time. Things that you need to know as well before you can speak your truth and your peace. So listen to your own intuition, okay? And consider carefully what you do before you act on it. Don't jump in with both feet, as I say, into the quicksand and then wonder how you're going to swim your way out when you're sinking, okay? At the end of the first week, you've been given a water card, and this is the 2 of water. Water cards are relationship cards, and sometimes they're romantic and sometimes they're not. They can be relationships with people that we know close, our friends, our family members, our co-workers, people at church, anywhere. But this is telling me that there is a relationship that you're involved in with someone, some of you are involved in, and it's starting now to grow closer. And the reason that it's growing closer is because the word they use is forgiveness. So there's been some hurt feelings. There's been things said, things done. I see that some of you asked this individual not to do something, and they ignored you, and they went ahead and they did it, and it caused a problem, okay, for some of you. Please know that it shows me that this is going to work out, okay? The positive resolution to this conflict will be sitting down, communicating, and forgiveness. Okay, so you may be issuing an apology, or you may be accepting and receiving one. The beginning of your second week, this is interesting. You've been given three, as you can see, three earth cards. And earth cards have to do with the material part of our lives. And often it has to do with our families, our closest circle. It has to do with anybody that's involved in the ecosystem or nature, if that's part of your life, or our jobs, professions, and our careers, how we bring that material part into our lives. But the first card for the beginning of the second week of April is the Two of Earth. And the Two of Earth speaks of you having a happy life. This card came up for Virgo as well. And how hard that some of you have worked to achieve the material things in your life that you have, okay? The money in the bank, the big house on the hill. And for others, I see you have brought the family together. You have made a very good home for yourself within your family circle, within your tribe, as I say. Things are good there and happy there. But what Divine Source is trying to tell you, and your guides are sending you messages, is that you must still enjoy the magic in the little things in life. No matter how much we acquire, okay, we need to still step back and look at that and smile. Take the time off to enjoy life itself. Don't be so determined and so headstrong and so focused that everything has to evolve around just working. So please know that you're being given this message to enjoy the little things in life that don't require spending a lot of money on. And think back to the hungry years. What did you do that brought you peace and happiness and laughter? Go there again. We must never forget the magic in the little things. In the middle of the week, the second week, you've been given another Earth card, as I said, and you've been given the Page of Earth. And this is telling me that there's good news coming your way. For some of you, I see that it's actually financial good news. Some of you have been waiting for this. You've been expecting it. So some of you, I see that it's been an inheritance. It's been like, maybe some of you have done extra work for your job, and it's like overtime. Okay, some of you, I see a check coming in the mail from a refund, or perhaps some of you are going to be getting a refund for income tax. Okay, I do see some of you, it comes in the form of a raise at your place of work. So it's good news about financial matters, but it also shows me that some of you are wanting something more in your job. You've reached the point where you think you can't go any farther, and you're becoming bored and stale and stagnant. For others, I see you're worried that perhaps your position you have at your place of work will become redundant, okay, if they decide to downscale and restructure. I do see that you're wanting something more challenging. If it's, in that situation, you're saying, well, you know what, I need to think about where I'm going to go and what is it I wanted to do and what would bring me more excitement, more passion, more happiness, and more satisfaction in my job. So I see some of you going out and researching and doing that. I do see that some of you are actually, within saying that, are going to be going back to school. Some of you may be doing an online course. Some of you may want to get your master's, a degree that's going to help you. For some of you, they just told me that you want to get into medicine of some sort. That's what my guides just told me for some of you, so get ready. Some of you are going to be nurses or medics or doctors, but they're showing me that. This new form of study that you're going to be taking. So it's funny when we're faced with situations in our lives where we may be threatened and concerned about, will our jobs become redundant? Are they restructuring? And is it me they're going to let go? Then we start thinking about, well, where would I really want to be? Okay, what would I really like to do? So some of you maybe even, I see, preparing yourselves right now for that change and that move. Ace of Earth for the end of the second week. And the aces are beginnings of everything in all suits, okay? So it's the beginnings of this situation coming in. And I do see an inflow of abundance. You need to know that abundance comes in the form of time, effort, or money. But again, this is that career card. And, you know, as I was saying about the Page of Earth, this is about an inflow of abundance that's going to be coming in because of a promising business venture that some of you are wanting to get involved in. So I do see change coming in for some of you. I do see some of you actually going and getting a new job, changing careers, doing things that you have always wanted to do, and working towards those goals right now. I do see that some of you are in the process or will soon be in the process of signing contracts and documents which are going to be binding you in agreement to this job, this new job that you're going into. For some of you, I see these signing of documents may be the disbursements and sales of property and real estate. Excuse me. Some of you, they just showed me, are going to be buying another vehicle. Okay, you're in the process of doing your research and needing a new set of wheels, so you're going to be signing that contract. For others, I see this as an agreement such as separation agreement, a legal document that you're going to be signing, okay? So interesting second week with all these earth cards, Libra, that's coming into play. Now, the third week, the beginning of that week, you've been given an air card, and you've been given the Four of Air. And air cards often have to do with legal issues or dealing with people that, you know, that judge us and or make us have to stand up and defend ourselves. And having to make fair and just decisions and choices determined around these accusations or these people, what they bring in. But it also has to do with actual legal issues, lawyers and attorneys. So some of you may be in court for reasons, you know, many different reasons. Some of you, it could be, you know, matrimonial. Some of you, it could be, you know, the selling of property, the business. You know, perhaps some of you, it's just having to be subpoenaed to witness something. Or some of you are defending yourself in court because you were in an accident. I do see that you're, you know, you've had enough. You're pretty much tired and backed up against the wall, and you just want to run away, okay? And they show you wanting to just get on that boat or get on that plane and go somewhere where you can just get away. And it's like escape. It's an escapism. So it's time to take rest or take a vacation. So if some of you, this is finalized now, if some of you have the resources, time, and effort to take a vacation, I see that's what you're going to be doing. For others that don't, I see that you're going to be just resting up more, catching your breath, recharging your batteries, so to speak, and getting yourself back into balance again. There is a decision some of you have to make. And they're telling me that you need to take more time with that decision, okay? Because you need to do more research with that decision. Some of you are sitting there, you know, knowing that you have to do this, but please know that it is an important decision and you need to allow more time before you make it. If you cannot go on a physical vacation, then meditation is where they're recommending you go. Take yourself to the silence, sit with yourself, me, myself, and I, and your divine spirit around you and guides around you, and just relax. And often that's where we get answers to our biggest questions, is when we go there. They just amazingly surface when we sit there in the silence or we ask. So please do that. Sit there, okay? Sit there and relax and meditate if you cannot go on a vacation. For the middle of that week, you also got an air card, and you got the 10 of Air. Again, there's that legal card again. And now they're showing me that it's the end of this difficult situation. So the 4 of Air was setting us up for that, was telling us that, you know, you've had enough, you've done all of this, and now it's over. So it is the end of a difficult situation, and it's going to bring in change, okay, because of it. But you know, your angels and divine sources that be are saying that you need to embrace that change and expect things now on your path are going to improve and get better. Okay? Things are going to get better for you. I do see that some of you may be involved yourself or someone closely linked to you has addictive behavior or they have addictions. Please know. This is a wonderful, wonderful, optimistic card saying this will be the recovery of that behavior. The final week of April, Libra, you've been given another air card, and this is the beginning of that final week, the 4th week of April. And this is telling me that some of you are in a situation right now in your life, a legal situation, and you are feeling backed up against the wall, and you're feeling that you've been defeated, you're feeling that you're not being represented as well as you should. They just told me that some of you may actually be getting a second opinion or hiring a new counselor or lawyer or someone to represent and defend you. I see that you're expecting the worst is coming out of a situation, and it's almost like you're losing sleep over it. Okay, it shows me that your mind is going so badly and so much and 100 miles an hour that you can't seem to relax and quiet your mind at night. So please know it's important that you get your rest. You need to be physically healthy in order to be able to be mentally and emotionally and spiritually strong to defend yourself and stand up on your platform and be able to handle that. You can't let yourself get exhausted physically. So this is a cautionary card that Divine is telling you and your guides that they can see that you're getting run down. So this is a card that says you need to eat better, take care of yourself, and by all means, most of all, take the time and do what it is to get your rest. The middle of the 4th week, you've been given a 2 of air and another air card. So these are 4 air cards, legal cards that you've had. So it shows me that some of you have locked horns with someone. Someone is very different from you. And you have to make a decision. And neither one of you wants to be the one to have to step forward and do that. So you're at a stalemate. Neither one of you is moving forward because for whatever reasons, they just threw in the word, one of you is so stubborn, you've got tunnel vision and you don't want to open up to new possibilities and what that'll bring in. It's like you're at a stalemate, and to the point where you both want to just pretend this never happened and hope it would just quietly go away on its own. Well, it's not going to happen. But what I do see is that you are going to be the one to make that decision. You've had enough. You've been waiting and waiting for the other person to step forward and, come be forthright with helping you out with this decision. And you now have said, well, you know what? You can't make it. I'm going to make it. So done and done. At the end of the 4th week of April, my friend Libra, you've been given the moon, and that is a major card. And the moon is all about listening to your own intuition. And even though the moon comes out at the darkest time of our day, and, you're down and you're out, please know that you need to think of yourself at those times as that bright beacon, because I'll tell you, when that moon comes out, it is such a beacon of light. It's huge. It's such a beacon of light. It illuminates everything that it's shining on. And you need to think of yourself. You need to think of yourself as that beacon of light, that no matter how hard it gets, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Things are going to improve. Things are going to get better. And that's what you need to think. Okay, so it also shows me that sometimes this is a card of secrets. You may be keeping information from someone, or someone else may be keeping information from you. Okay, there's things going on behind the scenes that you need to be made aware of. So keep your eyes open and do your detective work and find out these things behind the scenes, okay? If there's any fear, and I tell people this all the time, do not let fear or worry lead you on your path, because it totally, totally screws up with your head. You can't concentrate. You can't make clear and, decisions and choices in your life. Don't allow it, okay? So do not let your fears and worry hold you back. Think of yourself as that big, bright ball, that moon in the sky, and it's illuminating everything for you to see where you can go in that direction. At the end of this reading, I did incorporate that one Ascended Masters Oracle card to tie in your reading for the month of April, Libra. And they gave you listen. So right now what they're saying is, let's talk about a situation and sit back and listen to all the information coming in first before you make any choices or decisions. okay, anything important in your life right now. Listen, listen, listen. But it's also about listening to the signs, you know, like when red flags come up. Keep your eyes open and listen to these things coming in that are going to benefit you and help you with any situations in your life right now. Also, listening to the signs your body sends you. Okay, if you're feeling, you know, differently within your body, or you've got some aches and pains or things that are starting to surface that are not normal for you, listen, the body sends us signs all the time. So don't ignore these things, okay? Please know that there's signs coming in, and often you have to be alert and listen and watch for those signs. Well, my friend Libra, I wish you a great remainder to today and a wonderful, optimistic month of April to look forward to. Please know that I'll see you again and that I continue to stand in that circle of light for you.